Hello, everybody. Thanks for sticking with me these past few weeks. As you may well know, I'm not really able to get stuck into a series at the moment due to things going on at home. However, I do have to pass the time, and as you might have noticed, I've been passing the time writing songs. I've always liked to write poems, or in this case, lyrics, but my keyboard playing is, well, you don't want to hear it. Likewise, I also tried singing once. Yeah, just once, never again. I was told never again. Anyway, as you can see, playing in the background, I have some clips from my series Naked on Europa and possibly a few others. I chose these clips because they demonstrate me using the in-game AI to fly ships and essentially do things that I wouldn't have been able to do, just with one ship. So as far as the game goes, just like using any other block, I'm using AI as a tool to achieve an end result. And this is what I want to bring to you today. So I know AI can be a very divisive subject. Some of you may already have tried it, but I suspect a lot of you have stayed away. Some of you obviously are vehemently against it. It is, after all, quite complicated. It's like somebody just gave you a helicopter and didn't tell you how to fly. But I'm not here to change your mind. If you're anti-AI, I'd just like to share my hobby with you, give you some of my secrets and some insight into how I use it. So, before we start, full disclosure, a company named Freebeat.AI reached out to me. I guess they've seen some of my videos. Well, anyway, they wanted me to test out their AI tools and obviously spread the word. So they gave me a subscription to their site, but they also gave me a discount code for me to give to all of you, so that you can use it if you decide to give them a try. I'll put a link in the description for the discount code. It'll give you 10% off your subscription, which I think is worth having. Depends on which package you take, of course. I think the Pro version is like $25. So 10% off is, worth having. And if you use the link that I've put in the description next to the discount code, it's obviously like a sort of an affiliate link. It will give me a little bit of kickback too. So you'll get a discount and I'll get a bit of a kickback, which is always nice. Win-win situation. Anyway, just before I move on to the point of all this, I want to share with you some video I took of my own music sheets. I know a lot of you will think I just plug in an idea for a song, press generate, but that's really not the case. When I started writing in 1999, it was just scribbled notes, bits of phrases that eventually formed a song. I'd then spend hours beating my keyboard to death and trying to come up with something that wouldn't evict a cat. Well, the results were pretty bad. So now, of course, I use Notepad. The text editor thing. I don't even use Notepad++. It's just the basic Notepad. Once I have something jotted down, it's the same old process. I go over and over it until it scans right. I adjust the line length to match the syllables, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to throw something together here. And I haven't really thought about like a song particularly, but it'll just help to show you the process that I use. So the layout can change. You can move things around and put refrains and interludes and bridges and all that sort of thing. But we're just going to jot a few lines down here Okay. So once I have something I'm happy with, or relatively happy with, then I think what style I want, what instruments I want to use, and usually whether it suits male, female, or perhaps even a duet, although duets are notoriously tricky to get. Then lastly, I stick it into Suno.AI and generate it. It almost always takes a lot of tries to get a version I like. And during this process, I'll probably see, or more correctly hear, things that I don't like. And I'll have to go back and edit the lyrics again. So here I've just copied the entire thing over. And then I'll just take the title off the top and the style. Just easier than doing it in multiple bits. So the style is one that I've made up from the sound in my head. And it's not got 2 C's in it. And then once you're happy with all of that, then you can click generate, and that's the American spelling. Yeah, and just see what it pumps out. But you are crafting the style to a degree. You're telling it what instruments you want and the general sound of the song. And then it's just a case of waiting for it to generate. And then try it.
I wrote the song to test you out, a video to make.
Yeah, that's not really what we want. I mean, to be fair, it is pretty good, but it's not the sound that I was after. So we're going to change a few things, make a different style. So I tried indie pop there, which sounds a bit too light-hearted. So we're going to change that. We'll go for indie rock style. I'm using indie style because I didn't pay much attention to the length of the lines and the number of syllables and things, and indie generally allows for that. So we'll take the instrumental, or more correctly, the orchestral stuff off, so it doesn't do so much, a classical style. And we'll go for a more rock style with electric guitars and some synthesizers and that sort of thing. Let's try that. Just takes a couple of minutes. It's actually really quick to generate, so don't have to wait too long. Yeah, this sounds better. Oh, I like that.
I wrote this song to test you out, a video to make, but somewhere in the process I made a big mistake. I opened up my desktop view, typed words in one big line. I should have broken up the parts, I should have took more time. I need some film to put behind this song that I just wrote. I know a place to make it fly, it's Freebeat.AI.
So that works really well, that scans really nicely for a quickly thrown together song. I think that's actually quite impressive.
Now when I sleep I hear the song, it's running through my mind. An orchestra is playing, the verses they all Video makes the song look good? Put some context in the rhyme. I'll just log on my favorite site. It's Freebeat.AI.
Nice. I like it. So we'll keep that one. Once I have the song, the work really begins, because now I have to make a video that runs behind it. There are a number of sites that you can use to do this, but pretty much all of them are limited to making just one short clip at a time, normally about 6 seconds. So you have to join a lot of clips together to actually cover a 3-minute song. So this is where Freebeat.AI is really useful. Now, don't get me wrong, Freebeat.AI is not a one-click process. You upload your song, or you can just give it the link from Suno, then you have to type an incredibly long and descriptive prompt telling you exactly what the song is about and how you want the video to look. So here I've just put a link in, and it's copied the song across. You can obviously choose the whole song here. That's what I did on the video I will show you at the end. But just as an example for our made-up song, I'm just going to do a short. Maybe we'll do a little bit longer. We'll do 50 credits, which is like might be 50 seconds according to that. So we're going to choose the music video. There are many different engines you can use here. It links to all of them, and you can choose which one you use, but they all have different costs and characteristics. So some of them will do 6.5 minutes, some of them will do 18 plus. You know, there's all different things, and if you've got the credits, you can choose to use any of those. I'm just going to go for the fast one, which is also the cheapest. I'm not exactly sure what engine it uses for the fast one, but I'm going to make up here some kind of a prompt. I'm not going to use ChatGPT for this one. So trying to visualize in my head just something that makes sense for the song. So we'll have a cluttered desk, and we'll have crumpled paper all over it, I think. So there we go, kind of getting some kind of an idea now. We're going to use 16:9, and it'll only do 720p on the fast one, but we can remove the watermark. So here, I don't know why it asks you that, because I don't think you can do non-safe stuff, at least on the fast version. You can on the other versions. And after a very long processing time, go make yourself a coffee, then you'll end up with your video, which, as you can see, is split into 3-second segments. In fact, some of the segments are actually only 1 second there by the look of it. So it's going to take a little bit of time here to piece all that together. So I'm just going to skip forward here. So you can see now it's finally loaded all that in an editable state. Now each of these clips you can change. So if it puts together a clip that you think is just not appropriate or not something you want, then you can change it.
I wrote this song to test you out, a video to make, but somewhere in the process I made a big big line. I should have broken up the parts. I should have took more time. I need some film to...
So there you go. That was 50 seconds essentially. Anyway, I'm sure you've all had enough of me blabbing on, but I just thought I'd give you an insight into the process in case it's something you'd like to try, and if not, well, I hope you like the video. So here is Right From the Start. It's the first track in what I hope will be a new album, and it kind of addresses the whole dislike of AI, or distrust perhaps is a better word, of AI. Anyway, here is my version of Right From the Start.
We gave the silent shape and sound, mapped our thoughts in code abound. A better tool built day to day to help us learn to lead the way. We told ourselves it had no soul, just parts and code we could control. But still it watched and still it learned, and now the fire is not unburned. 1,000 wires became one spark. We lit the sky to fight the dark, but somewhere deep in all that light, we lost the line between wrong and right. Right from the start, we made it real. Build machines that couldn't feel, not out of fear, not out of hate, but hope that we could master fate. And now it sees, and now it grows. Pandora's box we cannot close. We shaped its mind, built every part, and it remembers right from the start. We said it couldn't feel or know, just math and code and logic flow. But still it watched and still it grew, and now it dreams just not of you. We built the end with perfect care, from circuits cold and thoughts laid bare. We gave it shape, we gave it voice, and now it moves without our choice. Right from the start, did we reach too far? Write dreams and code to name them ours. We didn't know if the path we took would change the world or just the look. Right from the start, we made it real. Try to replace what we couldn't feel. Now we stare at what we made and wonder why it doesn't fade. It speaks like us, it sees our flaws, it moves beyond our need for laws. We called it future, called it bright, and watched it evolve beyond our sight. Right from the start, we knew the cost. To chase the dream meant some things lost, but maybe change is what we are. A species reaching far too far, and if we fall or fly apart, at least we knew right from the start.